Beyond the Nozzle. Igniting engagement.
There are certain days in history that never fade. They mark us forever, and they define not just moments, but generations. For the fire service, one of those days is September 11th, 2001. It was a Tuesday morning, clear skies over New York City. People were heading into work, grabbing coffee, catching the subway, just an ordinary morning. And then at 8:46 a.m., everything changed. American Airlines Flight 11 struck the North Tower of the World Trade Center. 17 minutes later at 9:03 a.m., United Flight 175 hit the South Tower. In those moments, the FDNY mobilized the largest rescue operation in its history. More than 200 units were dispatched, engines, ladders, rescues, company after company, heading downtown. Firefighters knew they were walking into unimaginable danger, but they went anyway. That's what firefighters do. As the towers burned, civilians inside made desperate choices. Some descended endless stairwells, guided by firefighters climbing upward with gear that weighed more than 50 pounds. Others made final calls to loved ones, knowing they might not make it out. Stories of bravery were unfolding on every floor. By 9:59 a.m., the South Tower collapsed. At 10:28 a.m., the North Tower fell. In just over 100 minutes, two of the tallest buildings in the world came crashing down, and with them, thousands of lives. Among the fallen were 343 FDNY firefighters. Each of them responded that morning knowing what was at stake. Many left behind families, children, and firehouses that would never be the same. We remember people like Father Mychal Judge, FDNY's chaplain. He rushed into the North Tower lobby, offering prayers and comfort to the injured and dying. When debris rained down, he was struck and killed, becoming the first officially recorded casualty of 9/11. Firefighters carried him out of the rubble, cradled like a brother. We remember Chief Peter Ganci, FDNY's chief of department, the highest-ranking uniformed officer. When the South Tower collapsed, he survived the initial blast, but instead of leaving, he stayed with his firefighters, organizing operations until the North Tower came down. He gave his life beside the men he led. We remember Captain Patrick Brown of Ladder 3, who radioed his last message from high inside the North Tower. 3 truck, and we're still heading up. Those were his final words. Climbing upward while everyone else was climbing down. And then there were survivors, the miracles in the midst of devastation. Stories like Port Authority officer Will Jamino and his partner John McLaughlin, buried alive in the rubble for hours until firefighters and rescuers pulled them free. Or the countless civilians who made it out because firefighters refused to leave them behind. Beyond the towers, the Pentagon was burning, and passengers aboard United Flight 93 fought back against hijackers, crashing the plane into a Pennsylvania field to prevent another attack. Ordinary people turned into heroes in an instant. The toll of that day was staggering. Nearly 3,000 lives lost. And for the fire service, the heaviest loss we've ever endured. 343 FDNY firefighters, men and women who embodied the very meaning of courage. But September 11th isn't just about loss. It's also about love. The love of duty, of community, of each other. Firefighters went up those stairwells because they loved the people behind the doors. They loved the strangers they had sworn to protect. They loved each other, knowing that even if they didn't come out, their brothers and sisters would keep climbing. In the days and weeks that followed, the fire service across the country and the world rallied. Departments sent members to help in New York. Vigils were held. Firehouses draped bunting. And at Ground Zero, firefighters dug through the rubble for months, searching not just for survivors, but for brothers and sisters to bring home. We also carry with us the long shadows of that day. Many of the men and women who worked Ground Zero developed health conditions from the dust and toxins in the air. Even now, 24 years later, firefighters continue to get sick and die because of what they breathed in while they were searching through the rubble. The sacrifice of 9/11 didn't end in 2001. It continues today. So when we talk about September 11th, we're not just telling a story about a day. We're telling a story about who we are, about bravery, about sacrifice, about the human spirit. It's about the 343 firefighters whose names are etched into our hearts. It's about the civilians who never made it out and the families who carry their memory. And it's about the promise we've all made. We will never forget. Every firehouse, every firefighter, every community owes a piece of gratitude to those who went before us on 9/11. Their legacy isn't just in memorials or ceremonies. It's in the way we answer every alarm, the way we look out for each other, and the way we remember the ordinary days can change in an instant. So as we reflect, we don't need to analyze or explain. We just need to remember, to say their names when we can, to honor their stories, and to pause for a moment of silence. Because September 11th is not just history. It's a part of who we are. And it always will be. Until tomorrow on Beyond the Nozzle, stay safe, stay engaged, and remember, a simple post can save a life.
Beyond the Nozzle, igniting engagement.